Hi, I'm Amy, and welcome back to part 2 of our interview with Mr. Fred Coury. If you haven't heard part 1, check it out and then come back.
So wait, did you get the job?
Well, yes.
Well,
So I play, and 2 songs in, Ozzy's on stage singing. What else do you know? I said, do this. All right, so we play another
And this
song.
is the drums? All the drums?
All the drums. And everybody got 3 songs.
This is at the audition.
At the audition. They're in for
The
15
audition.
minutes. 45 minutes later, we're going into the Sabbath catalog. Way back.
Oh,
and
my
I said,
God.
do you know this song? And he's like, I haven't played it in years. Oh, let's try another one. So, and he was calling out things, and I would play them. And 40, almost an hour into it.
those
all
poor
right,
drummers
that
were
was good.
sweating bullets sitting out in
Yeah,
the waiting
exactly.
They
area.
weren't in the waiting area. When I walked off of the stage, they were all in the back of the room.
Why?
Oh, they came
Oh.
in.
Be-
Because
came
I
in?
was there for so long, and they all snuck in to see what was happening
Well, I'm
inside.
watching Ozzy.
Oh. And these were drummers that you had pictures of on your wall?
Yes,
Oh my!
Yes.
And you were a 16-year-old kid?
I was. Yeah.
Oh,
So who was the
my
most
God.
intimidating to
watching
see
you.
out there?
Andy
This-
Newmark. Just
this-
made that up.
No, there was a guy that I remember from a band. He had the big curly hair, and I forgot his name now. And it always said independent under his. Well, there's Bobby Rondinelli, but I don't think he was there. He looked like him, and I had his name 2 minutes ago, but it's gone. And he was out there, and I was like, I've always admired this dude, and then some other guys, but. That was the most intimidating because I wanted to do my hair like him. I loved his playing style, everything. And there he was. And I was like, sorry. So I walked and I had to excuse me to get out.
The
And
same
then-
way you had to do it at the gig?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon
No,
me.
there's people that do that for you at the gig.
Your
So-
first
No.
gig.
When
No,
you
your
first
gig,
went
you
to
went
to.
to see the concert in Toronto with Jay Giles and Hart, and when you were going, excuse me, excuse me, excuse
Oh,
me.
yes. Pardon me. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Can I go up there? And they're thinking, did you lose your mama? And I was like, yeah, she's up there. So I got
Sorry.
Wait, but
we
Fred,
digress.
Fred,
Yes.
did you learn the drums in 1 year? In 1 year, you were this.
No, it's probably 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
So how did?
And was
13?
it self-taught during
Yes.
those 4 years?
Yeah.
You learned it all.
I had a teacher. He was great. And I still talk to him, Roy Weinberger. He's in New York. And I still talk to him. But I don't remember anything he taught me. I just wanted to play the records. So he'd ask me to do like...
So you had a gift. You had a
Yeah.
gift. All
I don't know how to do rudiments, which is like the real drumming. Like if they say do a double stroke roll and a paradiddle and a flametic cue, and I don't know how to do any of
Did
that
you make
stuff.
those words up?
They do, so why not? To
Wait,
me, it's all.
I still want to know how you got. When you walked out, did they say thank you very much? We'll get in contact with you.
No, they just
Right.
said okay, thanks, and that was it. And then 2 days later, this girl Lynn Seeger, who I still speak to, she's very nice.
She's lovely. She
She's
is lovely.
so great, and she called a couple days later and said we'd like you to come back for a callback.
Oh.
So I go back for a callback.
How many people went for a callback?
I am probably 3 or 4.
and
then
you traveled to California for this,
I
right?
was in
Or-
California. Yeah, my mom's sister lived out here, so I came out every
Okay,
summer.
so you just hung out there waiting to see
yeah,
if you got a call back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured I'd be out here for a week and stay with my aunt. So I get a call and I come in and I walk by the room and somebody's playing great, and it's Randy Castillo, and he has a cast on his leg, and he's doing his stick flips and his bashing of his head, and he was so good. And so he was a guy, and then I went in and played, and now we were in the small room, and everybody was sitting in chairs, and they were playing, and I knew things weren't great when Bob Daisley, who was really great, he said, "What year did you start playing drums?" And I said, "Whatever."
2 months ago.
Yeah,
Why?
No, he said, no, I'm sorry, that was wrong. He said, "What year were you born?" And I told him, and he goes, I started playing bass the year before that. So I knew it was like, Oh, this is probably not great. So, anyway, 2 days later, Lynn calls. Hi, Fred. We'd like to see you in London. Can you come next Wednesday? And I said,
Oh my God.
yeah. So I had a passport because we used to travel back and forth to Lebanon all the time. But it was expired.
Oh, shoot.
So
Oh,
I
no.
called
Oh, no.
the passport office in New
Oh.
York. It was Friday.
Oh.
I called and I said, the lady answered and she was really nice. I said, hi, my name's Fred Coury. My passport is expired. They want me. Have you ever heard of Ozzy Osbourne? And the lady goes, the person that bit the head off the bat? And I said, yes. And she goes, I did. And I said, I'm 16 years old. I just got the opportunity to play in this band. Can you help me? And she goes, I'll tell you what. If you come tomorrow before noon, I will get you an emergency renewal.
Oh my God.
So my mom got a limo. We went to New York, 3.5 hours away. Pull up to the place at 11:15 or 11:30. Walk in. The lady was so great and handed me the passport and said, "Good luck, hon,"
Oh.
and gave it to me. Yeah. And then
Great story.
the next week on Wednesday, I was flown out, Aer Lingus, and
First class?
got to London. Very disappointing. At that point, I didn't know if I wanted the gig. I'm like, shit.
Wait, did they buy your ticket,
Yeah.
Fred?
Yeah, but in coach. It's like, what are you trying to tell me? You
You're
want me to coach the team?
16. You're 16.
16.
Exactly.
Exactly.
He's had this situation.
Okay, but you had gotten the job. That's why they asked you
Yeah,
to fly
so
there.
I went to
But
England.
wait, did you have the job? I
Yeah,
mean,
so
they said you
so
got...
far, yeah. I mean, I was the guy, right? So I got there.
Okay. But they
And-
told you in L.A. you're.
No, they just
They
told
never
him to
said
fly.
I had the
said-
guy.
It sounded like another
They
audition
never
to
said.
me.
Yeah.
They never said you've got the job. They said we want you
We'd
in
like you
London
to
on
come
Wednesday.
to London.
Which could be another audition. It
Yeah,
could be.
like
Well,
a,
it was just me.
Right, right.
I said, who else is going? And they said, nobody, just you.
Okay.
So I go out there, and I'm living at, Ozzy had a house on the Thames, and that's not where he was staying. He had a different house, so he was renting it, and Bobby Thompson, who you know, Bobby, he was there, and Jake was there, and we lived at that house. And then Ozzy would come in. And then we used to rehearse at a place called the Gaslamp Studios in England. And it decked out. Like every day there was crab legs and shrimp and like totally, we
my
played
God.
3 songs. And let's go to the pub. And that was it. And we go to the friggin' pub.
Yeah.
So we're rehearsing, and like 2 weeks into it, I'm with him at the pub, and I said, like, this is too good to last. When am I going home? And he goes, oh, you're going home tomorrow. I said, what?
Why?
Randy cut the cast off of his legs 6 weeks earlier or something.
Oh
And,
my gosh.
Wait.
And took the gig that was his. He was the number 1 guy. I was the runner-up.
Wait a-
Everybody wanted Randy,
Oh.
but he had a cast on his
Oh.
leg. So I was going to be the guy. But he said, and he told me something very profound that I've always kind of lived my life by and always thought. I had a 50% chance of getting the gig that was mine if I ripped this off early and taking the chance, or a 100% chance of not getting it and sitting there and letting my leg heal. So he came back and took the gig, and we were the closest of friends from that until the day he died. And we would, like, once I got in my band, I would have a break from my band. I remember on the Long Cold Winter tour, every time I had a break, I'd fly to Albuquerque.
Is that where
and-
he lived?
Yeah, and I would stay with him, and we'd play tennis every day, and we would go to all the, he knew all the cool cantinas out there. And
So his leg healed.
yeah, he had the gig for, I don't know, 20
Ever.
years. Or
So wait,
forever.
how did you then eventually play for Ozzy? Because you didn't then.
I never did. That was it.
Oh, that was it? It was
that
just
was
like
me
his
playing
Randy
with
got
him.
the
as a
gig.
job.
Oh,
Yeah.
so then after that you went.
But that's an amazing
It is a
16-year-old
great,
That's a great
story.
story.
I mean,
story anyway.
It was
great kickoff to a career.
it started off everything, and then I was in enough for it to get into Circus Magazine saying that I was the new drummer.
Oh.
And,
And then people
that-
talked about you at that point.
That's all
They-
I needed,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah,
then
of
when
course.
Cinderella was
Right,
looking
right.
for a drummer,
Right.
here's the guy that just came from Ozzy. So
Right.
Right, when
so-
everybody else didn't get the job. That's a
Yeah.
good story.
It's a
That
really
is.
But
good
Fred,
story.
were you? Can we go back to Berkeley a minute? Were you going to college at 16?
Maybe I was just turning 17. My birthday is in October. So it was late 16, early when I just turned 17, probably.
Well, that's still
Early. That's still
Unbelievable.
young.
Maybe it was 17. I might have had the year a little
Well,
pushed for my benefit.
Well,
fantastic.
I actually started college at 16 too, by the way.
I was
so you
17.
know.
I was
Just so
17.
you know.
Yeah.
This is what
Yeah.
I was 17 also. This is what happens when you're really smart. Those two. Well, you know what's so
Oh,
interesting?
really?
You know,
What am I, chopped liver over here?
did you start at 16?
17.
Well, that's not
17?
as
Okay.
smart,
No,
obviously.
They're 16.
She did the 4-year course in 3 years.
Wow.
She got out a year early,
Yeah,
didn't you?
theater
Well,
major.
la-di-da.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So smart.
At
Laddie-daddy.
17.
Thank you.
La-di-da-di.
Thank you for
Excuse my language.
We like to
acknowledging.
party.
You know what's so interesting, though? Even though I don't want to really take up this whole podcast and all these questions, but I'm fascinated with Fred
Well, I have
Coury.
a question.
I know.
Go on.
But you know what? He wanted to be a hockey player, but you know what he does also? He does all of the music for the LA Kings games.
He sure does.
See? So he is in the hockey world after all.
Yeah.
And he's
so
been on-
there.
And he's been on the board of the LA Kings
I
for
got
a
a
long time.
Stanley Cup ring. So that's all I needed to do.
Oh, that's
Once I
cool.
got there.
See?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But when you were in Toronto, did you go to the Hockey Hall of Fame?
No. Because you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. Eh?
First, I look at the purse, Jay Giles.
What?
You went to see Jay Giles in Toronto.
What's the purse?
That's a song. First, I look at the purse. Don't you listen to their music?
no.
Well, no,
Grace
I
knows
listen.
certainly
I don't.
music
I
than
listen to
any
the
of us.
hits.
That was
They
a
had
hit.
9 hits, and I listened to those.
That was a hit.
That's a deep cut.
Okay, who's asking the next question?
Somebody, not me, I think.
You go.
Well, you can go because A-R-A-G-S.
She knows everything
I
there
know
is to
all the
know about Fred
answers.
Coury.
Okay.
She's married to him,
Okay.
I think.
Well, she can
mean, I
still
think
ask
you
a
know all-
question.
I mean, I do have a question.
What's the question?
How
Yes.
did you transition from being a rock star
Oh.
into film and television composing? Like that people want to make that leap.
Yeah, they do.
That's a massive leap, and
No one-
and he's done
yeah.
it. So you really have done it so successfully. I kind of know the answer,
Yes.
but I'd like to hear it from your words.
Well, nobody wants to transition from being a rock star ever.
Well,
You always want to be one for the rest of your life, right? When you can't.
But so many people hang on when they really shouldn't.
that's right.
Yes.
Sort
That's
of.
right.
Right.
And that's
So-
sad. That's not a good way to live.
Well, that's
No.
not evolution. Like he's evolved
Well,
a lot.
I knew I was going to make it as a pro drummer. I knew I was going to be a rock star. I knew it. There was no doubt in my mind. I felt it inside. That was the end. And nothing was going to stop me from doing it, period. But it wasn't that kind of nothing's going to stop me. I just knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. So, but I thought it would happen for 15 minutes, like one record.
Oh.
That was it. Like, and then every time we got off the bus at the end of a tour, I'd cry like a baby because I thought that was it. And then the bus would show up for the next tour, and I'd get on the bus and go, "Oh my gosh, this is so great!" And then live in fear throughout the whole tour that it was going to end. And then the bus
That's a
would
fun cycle.
yeah. And then the bus would drop me off, and I'd cry like a baby. And then the bus showed up again for 30 years.
Oh,
But during this,
such a sensitive, sweet rock and roll
Yeah.
star.
Yeah.
Sweet,
thank
our
you.
Fred Coury.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
look at
fearful.
you.
That's all. Just fearful.
Just fear-based, but everything
Fear-based.
else.
Everything is in fear. I exercise in fear just so I don't have a heart attack. But so, I always thought this can't last forever, and I'm on bonus time after the 10th year of touring, and I said I have to do something different, but I want to do it with the violin, everything I've learned, and it was the Kings kind of that made me want to do it, because I wrote a song for them. Didn't really have much orchestral stuff, but because of going to so many Kings games and having the perks of getting free tickets and you get to go, I noticed all the different arenas around the country, they all played the same music. And I said, they need something that's theirs. So I wrote a song and I sent it in to the Kings. 6 months, I didn't hear anything. I disagreed with that. I sent it again. Same song, 6 months later. Didn't hear from it, disagree.
love that.
I'm going to send it
Yeah.
back. Send it in for 3 years. The same
I
piece
love
of
that.
music every 6 months. And then I was talking to Amy about this, and she said, well, my friend that I grew up with in Phoenix works for AEG. And she works for the Kings.
My grade school friend, Kelly, ended up sort of reintroducing. So one of the things when Fred and I started dating and I knew he loved hockey.
Which Kelly?
Kelly Staley. I don't know if you ever met her.
No.
She's just, I love her so much. She worked for AEG, and I thought, ooh, this is something fun that I can do for Fred.
Oh, I love
in
that.
dating. You know, I can bring him to the hockey games. So she would just give me tickets all the time and access to the chairman's club, like everything. And so we had so much fun
Oh.
doing that, which is what really reintroduced Fred to Luke Robitaille, to that whole, and they'd known each other forever, but it just sort of like, you know, brought the
Right,
relationships
right.
back.
I had a bus company. I owned a bus company off of one of the tours. I loved buses so much that I bought a bus. And then I started...
Do you still have it?
No, we had 80 buses at one point.
So
Our
great.
company. And then Luke came to me for a bus for his wife, Stacia. At the time was Stacy, and she's a singer. Hey, Stacy, nice to meet you. I come here for the strudel.
Okay.
That's
a little-
Damone
yeah.
from,
We love Luke and Stacia.
yeah. So he got me, it's like herding cats with
It
my
is.
stories.
It is.
So, so he asked me for a bus for her, and we'd been friends forever. So Amy's friend reintroduced me. She said, let me hear the song. Plays the song. She goes, we're going on a weekend something with the Kings. I don't know what they're called. It's some sort of corporate thing. where they-
Retreat.
Yes, a
Retreat.
retreat. But I always think woods and no room service, so I don't like the idea
Camping.
of it.
That's camping.
Camping. That's camping.
Different.
Different,
Room
totally
service
different
ends
thing.
at 10 o'clock. That's camping. So I go, I said, here. And she goes, I'll have him, and I'll just corner him. And she cornered him, and he immediately said, what is this? Who is it? I have an idea. And then he told me the idea, which is amazing, which is really the birth of sonic branding, which I do for them and the Trailblazers. And that was...
Portland Trailblazers.
Yes. And that was, I can see the team coming. I want to hear the team coming. And that's all I needed. He said, I can offer you a 3-year contract and see how that goes. And I need a new goal song. And I need a theme for the team. And I just completed 2 days ago my 13th season with the King. Really, I just wanted free tickets. I needed to figure out a way to get free tickets. And so I'm going into my 14th season with them. 2 Stanley Cups. And
It's incredible.
it's just
Yeah.
a great blessing. and
unbelievable.
great.
It's incredible,
So,
but-
and it
but-
really happened through Amy, which is crazy.
Wow.
Oh,
Kelly.
Wait. But
Kelly.
first of all, there's the moral of that story also
And
is
Kelly,
about
yeah, it was Kelly.
staying power and about keep trying,
Persistence.
keep trying.
Yep.
Don't give
Right.
up.
Like-
When somebody says
Right.
no to you, don't accept it
It's
if
like-
you believe in it.
It's like Hootie
Right.
and the Blowfish.
Well, they didn't
Well,
even
they
say
gave the
no.
same
He
demo.
he just kept pushing it.
What
and
happens
sent
is like what
Yeah.
Diane Warren does. She does not take no. He did not take no
Well,
for an answer.
Hootie and the Blowfish gave their demo to Atlantic.
Uh-huh.
The same demo 4 times. They were passed on 4 times. Another year goes by. They submit the same demo.
Right.
And they get signed.
It's
Wow.
the greatest story. So don't give up.
Yeah.
We have so many times and so much. Our young people have a tendency to accept no, I think. But don't accept no. And by the way, Amy Mata, who helped you get this gig and reintroduced you, she loves going to the hockey games, doesn't she?
I do.
And
Let me
why
tell
do
you
you?
how much, what I love about those hockey games. There's this buffet.
Of
She
course.
watches so carefully. Do you know any of
course.
the LA Kings names?
I do.
Okay. But
Well, Fred Coury does the music.
yeah.
Luke and Stacia I love so much.
And
And
she loves
A
the
player.
Caesar salad.
Do you have a player?
no, it's not
Kopitar.
just. It's not just Caesar.
No, I
What's
know,
his first
know.
name?
Ange.
There,
Wow.
oh,
Bam.
you did a good
That's all.
job.
Stop now.
No, stop.
Because that's it. I don't know where that
Thank
came
you,
from.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Good job.
No, sometimes we've gone and she has the dinner. It's great. It's at the Lexus Club, but it's a beautiful dinner. And
She leaves.
I do
yes,
love
she's
the
like,
hockey.
can we go now? I'm like,
True.
The game starts in 15
That would be
minutes.
me
That-
too. I get it.
No, no,
Totally
it's the
get it.
greatest thing ever. Because
I do
we have
love it.
tickets near yours.
I love going to the games, but somebody manages me at the games because sometimes I just want to look at eBay and see
All
if something that I
times.
bid on it has some activity or whatever, and then
Always.
somebody's
Her head is
over
in the
my
thing.
shoulder
You know-
telling me to not be on the phone, and I'm sorry.
That's rude.
Don't
Well-
control me.
Well, I
Don't
look
tell
at
me
it
what
this
to
way.
do.
Really
You know who
rude.
the other person that always has their
Who?
head down?
So, me?
The girl with the puck that goes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she's laying there in a pool of blood.
Yeah,
That's
and
the one.
That's true.
That's the
That
one.
is true.
Where our
But-
seats were the only seats
love
in
that.
the entire stadium where you could get clocked.
You could. Except for
It's like a little opening in the glass right there from where
Yeah.
the players are sitting, and I was
Okay.
like directly.
May
Can
I
I
say
get
this?
back
Oh,
to-
may I say this?
May I?
Wait.
Do I get a question?
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Fred?
you do.
after me, you do.
Oh, excuse me.
RAGS.
Wait, can I just say one
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
No, I'm.
Okay, go
Wake
ahead.
me
I
up
was
when
just
you're
going to
finished,
say,
'cause I'm just not into it.
Fred, your job
She
is.
quits.
Go ahead, go ahead, go
Over
ahead.
it.
No, go. You got it. I was just going to make a comment, but go. I'm done.
Okay.
Finally. Well, but what I want to know, Fred, was what rocker did you idolize before you became a
Oh.
rock star yourself? Who was your, who did you say, I want to be like him or them? And I also want to know if there was a long line of groupies
Oh.
trailing you wherever you went, Fred.
Well, Amy and I have to. Amy and I have to talk about some things with Fred after
Yes.
your questions.
But since we don't have a lot of time,
I wait,
left,
he's got to answer my
I
question.
have a good
He has to
golden
answer.
star I have to do.
Oh,
okay.
Wait. Are we
no,
going to
go-
answer
go
my
slow.
Yes,
question?
yes.
Gloria's already on her way out.
There's some things we're going to cut.
Gloria!
Somebody has no
Gloria!
patience.
No, I know, but it's
He's ready.
nearly 2:00
Yeah.
anyway, so we have to go.
So coming from classical music, it was really hard for me to listen. Like my first record that I bought was Chicago 10. It's the candy bar.
Love them.
And that had, you are on my mind. Dun, 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 dun.
Right.
And I loved that because it had the brass. I was a trumpet player. And it had
Love
all
Chicago.
that. And it was, that was great. And the second record was Boston.
Oh, love them.
And then Journey, because my next door neighbor was Steve Smith. And the drummer was Steve Smith. And I was like, hey, I'm just going to buy this. And it ended up being Journey. It was Evolution.
Love
No,
Journey.
right. No, it
You
wasn't
bought a
Evolution.
Journey record because
Evolution.
of your neighbor Steve Smith.
Yeah.
love that.
Journey Evolution. So I really wasn't allowed to listen to anything. I was listening to K-Tel records, and they were sometimes the original artists, sometimes they weren't, but they were basically mixtapes. They were compilations, and they had all these different things. So because I was listening to these records, they were soft enough that my mom could tolerate it, and there were so many different artists that I don't think there was one person that I thought I would like to be like that, or I just knew I wanted to do that, and I wanted probably because I was performing at 6 and I just loved. My parents would have to introduce me. We had a built-in, and it was a shelf over the TV, and they would have to introduce me to the company, and then I would come out from behind the curtain and bow and do the whole thing, and then after it was
Wow.
done, I would go behind the curtain again. So
Is this at your house? You're
I was
saying?
at the house.
In the living room?
Yeah, and they would all come in the living room. Ladies and gentlemen,
so
please
cute.
welcome Fred Coury. And I'd come out there. But they'd clap.
So you
explains a lot.
really
Sure
did
does.
want to
That
be
Explains
a
a whole lot.
So,
It all starts to make sense when
Yeah.
you know all the stories.
so there wasn't one real person. I just knew I wanted to do that. But even back then, no, there wasn't one person that I thought like that. And I kind of learned from everyone, even the best to the worst. In any instrument, I would learn something from them. Something cool and a little tidbit that I would take away. So there wasn't anyone that I just looked up to and I want to be exactly like that person.
Do you want to answer Sloan's second question?
Before we move
there was
on
only
to,
one question?
before we
What
move on
was
to
the second
raggery-
part?
What?
Groupie part.
Oh, the
groupie.
groupies.
the groupies.
Let's talk
It has to
about.
be-
Were there
a
lots
little
of Fred
quicker.
Yeah.
Coury groupies?
Oh, sure.
There's the answer.
So now, does anybody have anything or anybody to rag on today? A raggery?
I have a raggery, but it's not personal. It's something that I just read in the newspaper, so I want to tell people. 9 of the New York Yankees tested positive for COVID, and they're all vaccinated. Please, don't take this lightly. Wear your masks when you go someplace. Wash your hands all of the time. Be careful. And I don't know if they don't have symptoms. I know that Bill Maher tested positive and he's asymptomatic. I don't know if they have symptoms, but it's going to affect the New York Yankees. So wear your masks even if you don't have to.
Yeah, if nothing else, you won't get a cold.
Right.
Yes. Well, that was my raggery too, was the CDC recommendation that now that everybody's vaccinated, take off your mask, and it's an honor system. Like,
But
really?
I think they had to do that to get more people vaccinated.
Yeah, but it's just always a day late and a dollar short, this information, you know? So what's
Don't
going to
do
happen
it.
is people who aren't vaccinated are going to say they are because they're anti-sort of vax or anti-masker anyway. And then all of
No,
these
but
people...
they're proud of it.
Right, I know.
They're
so they're not going to...
anti-vaxxers and loud and proud.
That's right. So they're not going to wear a mask, right? And then
Right,
all of
right.
these people who are vaccinated, who you can clearly still contract the virus, which fine, you're not symptomatic, good for you. You got the vaccine, great. But you still carry the virus and can give it to your grandmother or your friend's grandmother or whatever.
Right.
So
Be careful.
you still have to wear your mask.
And if you...
It's the way it is.
You can use that zapper thing, too, that you have.
Yeah, so
when
Fred
somebody-
has this wand that Risa so lovingly gave him. And I'm so happy that we have this wand in the house that doesn't stress me out or anything, that you can stretch out and literally electrocute people with. It's like a 6-foot distance wand and zzz.
You guys should have that here in case somebody wants to edit something. Bzz.
Yeah,
If they say something, bzz.
All right.
we
So,
should.
okay.
Anyway, that was my
Gloria-
rag.
Gloria has one.
I don't
too.
have one.
I thought you did.
No, you thought wrong. I don't have one this week. I've had a
Good for
really
you.
good week.
Oh.
And if anything terrible has happened around me,
Knock on
I
wood.
haven't even noticed.
Okay, good.
Been in my own
Sloan?
little world.
Oh, well, we know you've had a really good week.
Okay, I have a raggery. Last night we went to a really hot restaurant, new place that just opened from Chicago. And we were taking a lovely couple. You know Risa, his son's a hockey player,
Who?
Chuck and Claudia.
yeah.
Remember Chuck
Yeah.
got engaged.
Did they get married?
They're getting married June 19th.
Okay, good.
Where?
And we go to this in Dallas
Okay.
at the Hotel Crescent Court.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Anyway, we go to this, the new hottest spot in town, and we've been there before, and the owner made our reservation, and they seat us in the worst part of the restaurant.
But didn't they tell you too that they had a great table for you?
They did.
Remember
And
saying
And the
that.
best part, and it ragged me the entire evening because the part of the restaurant that's so beautiful is you're looking at the lights of downtown Dallas as the sun sets.
oh,
And we were on the other side of the restaurant where you were looking out at cow pastures and not the downtown lights.
oh.
Were
and
they
we were
trying to
there to
gaslight you,
celebrate.
do you think, when they told you that it was a great spot? Or did
Well,
they do a
you
bait
know,
and
I didn't
switch?
stop. When we first got there, I was like, no. We're supposed to be in the other room.
Yeah.
And there was, everything's booked in that room. I said, well, so were we booked in that room. And we were also booked with a certain waiter, and we were not. Anyway, I just have to say that bugged the shit out of me last night.
You don't want to say the
and
name
that's
of
my
the
rag
restaurant, do
for
you?
this week.
You're not saying the name of the restaurant.
No.
I know, don't.
Does
okay,
anybody?
no.
no.
Okay.
Does
Never mind.
anybody have a goal?
Wait, Fred has a raggery.
Does
Oh.
Fred Coury have a raggery? What, have I driven you crazy in any way?
Not at all.
It's a personal... Smart.
Oh, you are so good.
Good answer.
You're
Good
so
answer.
good. I have a gold star.
I do too.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, mine was an article that one of my sisters sent to me, my sister Hope. I love that name. And she said that if you do squats, exercise squats, it sort of wards off Alzheimer's. It's the blood flow when doing squats is really good for your brain. So everybody do 10 squats at night.
I
Yeah.
love that.
I did about 3 when I read that article, and then I forgot. I was like, oh, I did some squats.
10 is a lot, but
Yeah.
you know what? Do them. It's good for your brain. Okay? Okay, sorry.
I have a gold
And your
star.
bum.
Well, good
And
for
your
your
bum.
butt.
And
Yeah.
your thighs. My gold star is partly Fred's raggery, actually, this
Oh,
week. So
oh.
I was the worst. I was the worst actress this week. So I did a tape, and I hated it, and then I tried it again.
By the
and
way,
I-
everybody, she's a good actress. Don't listen to her.
Fair.
anyway,
Very.
whatever. I hated it. I did it again, and poor Fred. That's his raggery, is that I am the worst. Like, can you watch this? What did you think? What did you think about this moment, though? Should I tweak that? Could that be a little bit
So
different?
you're doing Fred's raggery for Fred?
Yeah, because he's too smart to admit it. So he was like, I was driving him crazy this week. And then finally I did it to where I really loved it. I thought it was good work. And Fred is so funny. I don't know if anybody has seen the SNL Dating an Actress skit. If you haven't,
Oh, no.
I
you have
haven't.
got to go Google it, YouTube it. It's on YouTube.
I have to watch.
Yeah, it's an energy drink dating an actress, and it's this energy drink for men who are dating actresses, so that they can get their energy up to deal with it. And it is like I cry watching
To
it.
the T. It is my life. Exactly.
God.
So
to the T.
there are parts where the actress is
I'm making a
going,
note to watch
F
it."
my life, F my life, no. Cuts to, they want to see me on Monday.
Do they? Do you have a callback?
Yeah, I had one. I did have one.
Okay, good.
Friday. But Fred was, so I show him my favorite, the beautiful take, and he's like, who gets the award for good acting?
Which is
you.
from
Which
that.
is from that
then
skit.
it's-
Oh my God.
Goes and shows the guy, and he's sitting like
he's
this,
like-
and he's in a black box theater with like 11 seats, watching his actress with some guy, and they're just all
yeah.
on each, and he's
They're like making out. The guy's all silky and beautiful,
That's
and the
my life.
boyfriend's. It's very funny.
It's hard.
So that's my raggery for Fred and my gold star for me.
Well, my gold star happened just today.
Yeah, what happened?
I have somebody coming over to help me organize some things, so I needed some more plastic bins. Which
I
seems
have
to
an
be
extra one.
Too late. But so I ordered loads of these from Target
Yeah.
on my phone, and then got an email this morning saying your order's ready. So I rush over to Target and literally just kind of grabbed any bag because I already paid for it online, and got to Target. I ordered from the wrong Target.
Oh,
Oh,
did you take
no.
somebody else's
Oh.
order?
No.
Oh,
They
oh.
told me.
Oh.
And then I looked at my email, and it very distinctly said a whole different Target that
Okay.
I don't even know where it is. So I thought, oh my gosh, this woman's coming over. I need to go buy all these bins. So I went into the bin department, and I got some more storage.
But
big.
you'd already paid for them from another Target.
Well, I'll get them some other day, or
Okay.
They'll
return
credit-
them,
we'll
or whatever.
credit.
Yeah.
We're all getting them for Christmas.
Along with lip
yeah,
rollers.
along with lint
with the
rollers.
lint roller.
Yeah.
So I have so I rush through the store, and I go up to pay, and I've got garbage bags because I passed that and I needed that anyway, and three different sized plastic bins, so 6 bins, and I go up, and she brings me up, and I go in my little bag that I just grabbed off the dining room table, no credit card.
Oh no.
So I'm like, oh my gosh,
no.
what am I going to do? So I said, I am sorry. And I know she didn't believe me. I just got out of bed. So looking at me, I'm sure she didn't believe me. I said, I left my credit cards at home, and I'm counting my money. How much is it? And whatever the amount was, it's $76, whatever. I said, can we take the garbage bags off, please? She said, okay. And I said, how much is it now? And so it was now, whatever, $62, whatever. And I had what looked like all of it but $1.20.
Oh.
And so I said, oh, I can't take anything else off. I need these today. And she said, that's it. That's all you can come up with. I'm digging in this tiny little bag. And I came up with 50 cents more. She said, you know what?
Oh.
I'll pay the difference.
That's nice.
Oh.
You gotta
How
find
nice
her.
is that?
And
Are
you
you
got a
gonna
little
go
gift
back
card.
there though
No,
to
no,
give
or
her more?
something.
I
You
had,
went
I
back?
actually had change in my car,
Oh.
so I rushed back in with it.
Oh, that's
And
so
I am
nice.
going to take her something.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
a lovely woman.
That's a really
So
nice
nice.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that when people have struggled in the front of the line. When I
Yep.
go to Children's Hospital, when there's people struggling, and I literally go up and I say, just let me pay for it. Like a single mother, she doesn't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
any money.
Yeah.
Right,
Just
right.
let me pay for it, please.
Like the woman with the popsicles. with the 4-year-old kid.
Did you hear that? We do have a friend. I know we don't have.
We
any
have to
time.
go.
Wait, Sloan. Sloan's got to
Wait,
do that
I
gold star.
wanna know
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
see,
sorry.
what, see
Sorry.
what happens when you're in
Wait a
witness
minute,
protection?
just-
I don't even
We're
remember.
doing the witness protection
Yeah, I'm
program.
totally ignored.
Not ignored.
Go.
Well, I would like to say kudos to Fred Coury for being brave enough to come on the RAGS.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes.
And it made my day
Aw.
so
I mean, thank you for saying
hysterical
that.
and
Yeah.
a lot of
I
fun
agree.
today to have
yeah,
Fred
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coury, a rock star, and now a
Now a golden star.
and now well, and not only a golden star, but he's also a movie and TV producer, writer, and musician. What a lucky team we are to have him on our podcast.
That's right.
True.
Thank you so much.
That is true.
You
I'm going
guys-
to count my blessings when I get home.
I mean, and look at his
Yes.
face. To top it all off.
Look at that
That face.
That's what
How
keeps him
about that
alive.
baby picture
Oh my God,
of
you're
Fred?
right.
Aw.
I showed you
Oh,
all.
it looks
baby
like little
picture.
I
eyes,
saw it
Fred.
posted
We have proof
on
you were born
Facebook,
at
so I took
15.
a snapshot of it and sent it to everybody. Because he has
And we
the
said,
best
she
fans.
said, "Who's that?"
He has the best fans
Cutest-
on Facebook, doesn't he?
He does.
the
Oh,
best.
Just
I love
best.
him.
committed, amazing.
I haven't
people.
seen 90% of those pictures. I've never seen before.
But they
Yeah.
are
Ever.
fantastic.
awesome.
They may not even
Those-
be you.
They're no, they're him. No, they're him. They're him in that spandex and
Oh,
those.
his
Oh,
unitards.
those.
were
I mean, baby
classic.
pictures.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
those you
No,
can
yeah.
tell. They're-
You can tell the
they're-
baby picture too is the same face.
Yeah, I know. He
Same
looks
face.
exactly the
I
same.
can
Okay,
tell
we
by
have
the
to
hair
go.
on his
Okay,
chest.
We have to go.
we
How
have
did
to
that
sign off.
happen?
And how are we signing off? What's our new grown-up way of signing off?
Bye.
We're going to say
Come-
goodbye,
Fuck off.
farewell.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for
Goodbye.
listening.
Bye.
Bye.